Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Thursday Talk. On today's episode, we are going to talk about perfectionism. So, वाकया पर perfectionism ये होता है कि when you pursue flawless work and you want to be perfect at what you do and बहुत unrealistic हम अपने लिए goals set करते हैं और फिर हम उनके पीछे भागते रहते हैं और फिर हम self critical भी बहुत ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं और तो बहुत सारे मसले मसाइल भी इसके अंदर शामिल हैं being a perfectionist और हम चाहते भी हैं कि हम perfectionist हों तो what do you think? Is it a myth to be perfect at what we do or can we pursue perfectionism?
Interesting point. All right. अभी जब आप परफेक्शनिज्म की बात कर रहे थे ना तो उस बात में मुझे कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा दर्द भी महसूस हो रहा था. It felt like that you pursue it but then it's a dream which is like somehow we are not reaching. Okay, I look at it in a little different way. I believe perfectionism in a way it's a very exhausting mindset because your definition of being perfect is very different perhaps from another person's definition. Like suppose you've written an email and you think that's perfect and maybe I look at it in a little different way as well. What we need to understand, what do we gain from perfectionism? Why do we run after it? What do you think? Kya wajah hai?
Because we want to be excellent at what we do. We want to improve ourselves continuously.
Exactly. Once we go with that we want to improve. So if you ask me, I would always, and this is what I've seen in trainings as well, if your leader is a perfectionist, it's going to be an extremely difficult life. What we need to understand is perfectionism is one thing, excellence is another thing. Perfectionism means that there is a zero error. Fine. Excellence is where we consider the journey that every time we keep improving, we keep making ourselves better, we keep learning, and we, in a way, keep improving our craft, our skill level as well. So when you go with perfectionism, a lot of times when people are very critical, and then one of the excuses they use is, you see, I am a perfectionist. And in that perfectionism, they would, totally critique and maybe at times demotivate and discourage everybody who's working around them. What we need to understand is कि हर एक का journey क्या है and are people improving? Are they getting better? Excellence is a mindset which we should have rather than perfectionism, because perfectionism again वो एक illusion है, उसके पीछे आप भाग रहे हैं and it kind of exhausts you and you never get there. ठीक है ना, वो बार हमेशा आगे से आगे. एक्सेलेंस का मतलब ये हो गया कि ओके फाइन, मैं यहाँ पे आई हूँ, दिस इज नॉट वेयर द बॉल स्टॉप्स, देन यू मूव फॉरवर्ड, यू कीप, जिसको कहते हैं ना कंपटीशन, बट देन इन एक्सेलेंस यू आर कंपीटिंग विद योर सेल्फ, यू आर इम्प्रूविंग योर सेल्फ एवरी टाइम, एंड दैट इज एक्सट्रीमली इम्पॉर्टेंट.
Yeah, that's right. But when we work in teams, so there are different type of people, right? So some of them are perfectionists. Sometimes our bosses are perfectionists. So how do we deal with these kind of people? How do we tell them कि अच्छा इस तरह से भी हो सकता है, I can improve every day, I can pursue excellence instead of pursuing perfectionism. So how do you deal with those kind of people?
Okay, two things. One is the team and the other angle which you mentioned is the leader. Okay, so when we talk about team, again in team, what is extremely important that every member of the team is pitching in, and it's not that there are few people who are actually really running fast and then there is a big group which is falling behind. So what is important is that, sharing and learning from each other and pushing yourself, and, if you are a fast runner, then holding the other's hand as well and pulling them together with you, or encourage them to, speed up as well.
Yeah.
When you talk about a leader, okay, so if you think that that's the issue and the leader is very critical about the quality of work which you produce, then perhaps maybe the way you understand the person is looking at the body of work as a perfectionist eye, maybe it's not true as well. Maybe the expectation is different. So what is extremely important is to sit down and have a discussion. What is expected of me? What is it which I do well? What is it where I struggle? And then the area of the struggle, when that's highlighted, then talk about it. If you need any kind of help, seek that help. And if there is a push which is required from your side, then yes, we need to step out of the comfort zone. Excellence actually means to always be expanding, or getting out of that comfort zone. उसके अंदर नहीं रहना. जिस दिन आप उसके अंदर बंद होके रह गए हैं तो समझें that's the end.
Yeah. So the lesson is to constantly improving ourselves and helping others.
Yeah,
on the
अब वो
way.
जर्नी और वो स्पीड बिल्कुल डिफरेंट
Yeah,
होगी, बट
true.
दैट्स व्हाई इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट टू हैव द डायलॉग एज वेल
Exactly.
एंड टेक हेल्प एज वेल. ठीक है ना, कि आपको, और अगर आपको लग रहा है कि ठीक है, देयर आर फ्यू थिंग्स which maybe one team member, like suppose we say there is written, one team member, if we talk about his or her written skills, those are way better than mine, then why not take help from that person?
Yeah.
Why not learn from that
Exactly.
person? Because team may be different log, the other may be very good in interpersonal interaction, the other may be very good in project management as well. So it is good if different people have different strengths and we share and we learn and we help each other and ourselves to enhance the level of skill.
Thank you so much, Fakiaba, for joining us today.